Hello, anyone that's still living in the 1970s. We interrupt your day to bring you this announcement. Husker Ninja is in the building. Alright, guys, we are here today with episode number 24 of the Chris Horn Career Mode here on Tiger Woods PGA Tour 13. We've got final round action from the AT&T Pebble Beach National Pro-Am on tap for you today. And entering the final round, Chris Horn is tied for first with Ian Poulter. Both are 6 under. But after the third round, Graham McDowell and Louis Oosthuizen were both one shot back. They were both 5 under. And then KJ Choi was 3 under. So there are a whole bunch of people who can still win this tournament. I listed at least like 5 people in contention here on the final day. And if anyone at 1 under or who's not on the leaderboard yet, if they have a really good round, they could be in contention. Going into the final round, this tournament is up for grabs, and we've got another beautiful day here at Pebble Beach. As we look among people who've already started, KJ Choi is even through 2. Oosthuizen and McDowell are even through 1, and Hunter Mahan is at 1 under through 11. So these guys could still make a charge, but the final group of the day is teeing off. And we're going to hit a beautiful little drive just right down the middle of the fairway. Our big problem in round 3, as you saw, we were 5 under in round 2, sandwiched in between 1 unders in round 1 and 3. In round 1, our problem was a quintuple bogey on hole number 3. But our problem in the third round was we did not hit many greens in regulation, and when we did, we had long putts. And that's not the way to get started there, missing the very first green in regulation. This time we're going to make sure we putt, because we double bogeyed a par 5 last round because we putted off of the green. And then I thought I had the putter equipped, but it ended up being not. And that resulted in ultimately a double bogey. Looking to get the final round started with a bang and a birdie right here. Horn's putt is going to just miss. I mean, look at that. I have been the champion of hitting putts with either like a nanometer too little break or a nanometer too much. I've had so many go right by the edge of the hole. Mahan birdies 12. Now he's only 4 back. Mahan is likely not going to be someone who will be in contention here. But you never know if he finishes really strong. And Horn, Poulter, McDowell, Oosthuizen, and Choi all do nothing. Because they're at the beginning of the round and Mahan's over halfway done. That's the only reason I say he's probably not going to be ultimately at the top of the leaderboard at the end of the round. But I guess you never know. And a nice little drive here on hole number 2 for Horn. Still in a tie for first with Ian Poulter. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty. After this tournament, only 2 tournaments remain before the Masters. Horn is currently sitting at 128 in the EA Sports World Golf Rankings. He's got to get to the top 100 to compete for the Masters. A win here would be great. The next tournament is the Honda Classic, but the tournament after that is on actually a downloaded course. Like, you don't automatically get free unlimited rounds on it. And so I could switch it so that it's maybe like a course I actually have free rounds on. But I could also just skip it if I can get up 28 spots in the next 2 tournaments, and a win here would be huge. A chip in for Eagle on 2. He got it! A chip in from off the green for Eagle on the par 5 second. And Poulter pars as do Mahan, Choi, Oosthuizen, and McDowell. And so Horn jumps out to a 2-shot lead. He is 8 under, 2 under through his first 2 holes, thanks to that chip in from off the green for an eagle on the par 5 second. Just unbelievable. When we get ready for the third here, hopefully that eagle will spark momentum for Horn. No wind here on the third. In the first round, Horn hit it into the lateral hazard to the left of the tee box twice. And then he 3-putted for a quintuple bogey. He's parred each of the last 2 rounds, though. If he could get a birdie here, that would really help jumpstart his round. And maybe, just maybe, help put this tournament out of reach. So this is a big shot, because if he blows it way over, you're still in trouble. But if he lands it on the green, you never know. And that's a nice looking shot. He's found the fairway in regulation. Actually, technically, this is only his first hole. First hole with a green in regulation, but when you chip in for eagles, you're a little forgiven for missing the green in regulation. This would be for a birdie. First time he would do better than a par here on this hole in all 4 rounds, and not nearly enough break there, my bad. Alright, we need this putt. We need to make this putt. And we will. A big time par putt there by Chris Horn. Taking great care to not give one of the 2 shots he just gained right back. The rest of the leaderboard pars. Actually, the entire leaderboard at the top of the leaderboard, everyone parred. Still a 2-shot lead for Horn over Poulter. 3 holes down, 15 to go. We're going with the driver here on this par 4, the 4th. 7-mile-an-hour wind, but Horn taking great care to make sure he doesn't hit it terribly. Just get it onto the fairway. And that's nice, 56 yards to the pin. Alright, so this is uphill a little bit. But since we're inside 100 yards, the wind should not affect it as much. Oh, that's a nice little approach shot. It rolled out further than I wanted. 15 feet left for a birdie. And I hate these downhill putts. I can never make them. But I'll make that one! Eagles hole number 2, birdies hole number 4, pars holes 1 and 3. And it's a 3-shot lead over Graham McDowell and Ian Poulter for Chris Horn. You take a look. Here comes Tiger Woods from out of nowhere. He's 3 under through 10. Maybe Tiger Woods has a little bit of a charge in him. But he's still 6 behind Horn. Oosthuizen's 4 back. Poulter and McDowell both 3 back, although they're all still on the front 9. Each of the first 4 names on the leaderboard are the 4 players in our final 2 groups. Although if Horn keeps playing like this, it's not going to matter. He's off to a great start here in this final round. And he's on the green in regulation there again. This will be a difficult little putt, but if he can make this 27-footer, that would be absolutely huge. We'll see if he's got what it takes to make it. It's slightly downhill. We'll see if he can make it. Nope, not enough break. So we'll take pretty much a tap in for a par. That's exactly what Horn's going to do. Just tap that one in. Stays at 9 under. He's 3 under on his round. McDowell is 1 under on his round. He birdied 5, par 6 right there. Poulter has parred each of his first 5 holes. Oosthuizen's parred each of his first 6. And those are the only ones still within striking distance of Horn, who went par, eagle, par, birdie, par. And here's another par 5. Going way down line. Another towering drive for Horn. 310 yards, leaves 214 left to the stick. Now it's only a matter of can he hit this green in regulation. He did so in the second round, making an eagle putt. And he's going to do it again in the final round. Runs out of steam a little bit. But he's got a 27-foot eagle putt on the way. Oh, I want this one to fall really badly. Come on, get in the hole. Yes, another eagle for Horn. He eagles 2 of his first 6 holes. He's 5 under on his round so far. Now 5 shots ahead of second place. 5 shots clear the rest of the field thanks to the eagle on hole number 6. Ian Poulter, Horn's playing partner, is even so far. But all he can do right now is just watch helplessly as Horn is dominating the rest of the field. He's eagled holes number 2 and holes number 2 and 6. He birdied 4 and he's parred 1, 3, and 5. So he's parring the odd number holes and doing eagles or birdies on the even numbered holes. And that actually was his 4th eagle of the tournament. He had 2 eagles in the second round and 2 eagles in his first 6 holes in the 4th round so far. And now he's starting to separate himself from the rest of the field. This is just really something else. KJ Choi is 4 under through 8. Oosthuizen's even par on his round through 7, 5 under for the tournament. But none of the leaderboards have been able to match Horn's 5 under par round. Aided in a large part thanks to 2 eagles on both of the 2 par 5s on the front. Oh, this is an evil little hole placement. Just really hoping it gets on the green. That's all I want. And that's going to be really close for Horn. A chance for another birdie. 3 feet to the flagstick on his tee shot. And this is little more than a tap in for a birdie right off of an eagle. Horn is 6 under on his round. He's got 2 pars, 2 eagles, and 2 birdies. Actually, 3 pars, 2 eagles, 2 birdies through 7 holes. And he's 6 clear of the rest of the field. Oosthuizen birdies 8. McDowell parred 8. Poulter parred 7, but Horn birdies hole 7. He's 6 clear from the rest of the field. And it's looking like he's going to be about to put any back 9 drama to rest. Because he's come out to play here on the front 9. Takes a little bit off of his tee shot there. Wants to make sure to not do something stupid to really give his hot start right back. I mean, that would be awful. Horn, he's definitely dialed in right now. Come on, get on the green. Nope. So that's his first missed green in regulation since hole number 2, I think. Did he chip in for another birdie? No. Just short. That was right on line. But he left it a foot short. So this is a tap in for a par. And Horn will stay 6 under on his round. Oosthuizen, McDowell, and Poulter are trying their best. They're not having bad rounds, but Horn is he's just lit this front nine on fire. He eagled both of the first 2 par 5s on the front nine. And when you do that, you're going to score well. Tack on 2 extra birdies, and the rest of the field is 6 down at best. Woods is 4 under through 14, which I think he was like 1 over or something on his third round. So this is a nice round he's got going. He'd be what, 5 under through 14? Horn's 5 under through 8. Tiger Woods has no game. He can't even compete with Horn. No, I'm mostly just joking, I mean. That chip in for an eagle on hole 2 really helped jumpstart our round. I mean, you cannot underestimate how much of a momentum changer that was. Looking to find the green here on the final hole on the front nine, and he does. We've got, what, 27 feet for a birdie? We made a 27-foot eagle putt on hole 6, but this break is much more insidious. So we're just going to try and putt this one close. Are you kidding me? I did that much break and it still wasn't enough? It's alright, this is pretty much a tap-in par. And Horn will knock it in. 6 under on his rounds. He shot 6 under on a bogey-free front nine. That's insane. You know, he had a bogey-free round going on on the second round for a while, and then he bogeyed like 12 and 14. Maybe, and I'm not going to say anything yet. I mean, wait, hold on. Look at that sunset, I mean. I've said it every single round, but Pebble Beach is so picturesque. I mean, beautiful views, just a perfect play to play golf. And I've decided Pebble Beach is my favorite golf course, I think. My favorite golf course on tour. Just ahead of Augusta, which is where they hold the Masters, but they've sold me. I love this course. And Horn finds the green in regulation on his first hole, the back nine. 21 feet left for a birdie right here. Not a ton of break. We'll see if he reads it right and gets another birdie. White. That caught the edge of the hole and lipped out. It's alright, Horn will take his tap in for a par. At this point, all he has to do is not give strokes back, and he's going to win this tournament. That's all he has to do is avoid bogeys or worse. He can par out, and I think he can probably still win, unless Poulter heats up and has the kind of back nine Horn had on the front. Or I guess Oosthuizen or McDowell, I mean. Another nice drive there by Horn. He's got 132 yards remaining here on this 11th hole. Going to try and put as much mustard into this as he can. And he's going to get the lucky bounce onto the green. I thought it was going to kind of just stop in the rough, but it did kick out onto the green. Now Horn's got a 9-footer for a birdie. Still looking for his first back nine birdie. Not anymore. He birdies hole 11. 7 under on his round. 13 under for the tournament. And Poulter bogeys 11, so he's pretty much out of contention. And Oosthuizen and McDowell have to like birdie out or get a couple of eagles or something. Because Horn has been playing some really perfect golf here in this final round. I mean, even when he's missing the green, he's doing just fine. The par 3 12th now. Trying to get this onto the green, and he will. Got 18 feet for another birdie, maybe. Barely any break. This is just a matter of, can he really kind of get the right distance on this one? Oh, there was more break than I thought. There was just enough break to push it a tad bit offline. I thought it was pretty much straight. And so instead of another birdie, Horn has to settle for a par. But he's still 7 shots clear of McDowell and Oosthuizen. And he's 8 clear of Ian Poulter, 9 clear of Tiger Woods and KJ Choi. Barring some unforeseen collapse here on the final 7 holes, I think Horn's going to walk out of here with a win. To see what kind of round he can shoot. He is 7 under on his round so far. 141 yards to the pin here on hole number 13. We're still waiting for really his first par 5s of the round. Or of the back 9, I mean. He played the par 5s with eagles on both of the ones on the front. We'll see what... And he did birdie the... He birdied the par 5 18th in round 3. Chipped in for an eagle on the 18th in round number 2. And he almost did it on the 3rd round as well. Horn for the putt. No, not quite enough. He's 13 under for the tournament. But he's still missed so many putts this tournament. Either just barely with a little too much break, or just not quite enough. Poulter does birdie 13. He'll get back to 7 behind the leader. Choi bogeys 15. And it's looking like we're going to be heading to Horn's 2nd straight win on the PGA Tour and his 3rd in his first 5. That's just amazing. I mean, he went first, then I think he went 2nd, and then he tied for 8th, and then he won the Waste Management Phoenix Open last week. Looking to win the Pebble Beach Pro-Am here this week. Here's the first par 5 of the back 9. Horn, you know he wants to try and get this one to get a couple of bounces and maybe kick up onto the green. He just doesn't have the power yet. Maybe next year at Pebble Beach. That'd be something we could look at. Horn for the eagle on each of his first 3 par 5s. No. So he's not going to have eagles on all of the 4 par 5s. But he could go birdie or better still if he can sink this putt somehow. And he will. That is right down the middle. Another birdie for Horn. He's 8 under on his round. He's played the par 5s alone at 5 under. And he's got no bogeys on the card right now. Oh, there you can see Jason Day. He's in the clubhouse. He's 3 under. 11 shots behind the leader, Chris Horn. Oosthuizen, McDowell, and Poulter are all 8 back. And they haven't played terribly. Like, they haven't done terrible. McDowell's 1 under. Poulter is even. Oosthuizen's 1 under. Like, they're even or 1 under on their final rounds. It's just Horn's gone off. He's 8 under. And that's a big reason why, like, they're losing. I mean, it's nothing they're doing. Horn's just playing out of his mind right now. And Horn finds the green again in regulation. This one's about his furthest birdie putt yet. Actually, not. That's a lie. He's 24 feet off. We've had further. Like the 27-foot eagle putt on 6. This one is not quite enough break off of his putter. I thought it was going to be good. It looked good coming off the putter. Horn will take the tap in for the par though. And he's got 3 holes to go and an 8-shot lead. And so the race for second place, solo second place, is on between Oosthuizen, Poulter, and McDowell. We'll see which one of those will ultimately end up in second. But Horn just played too well here on his final round. He's still looking to maybe try and shoot like a 62 or something. If he birdies out, oh, that one got a really big hop. He might be in the way of the tree. 82 yards from the pin here. But it doesn't look like the tree's really going to affect his lie. Or affect his shot, I mean. And Horn can just land that one safely on the green. Rolls out a little bit further than I'd have liked it to. We got 15 feet for a birdie. Here on hole number 16. Did he read the break right? No! Right by the edge of the hole, are you serious? And this one's still pretty much a tap in.